Welcome to the Traveling Zen Space. This is a yoga stretch sequence for nurses. Feel free to skip or modify any posture that does not work for you today. Grab any props that you may need for support. And remember, your body is the guru. Honor and listen to it. Let's begin in easy seated pose. Get any fidgets out, moving, shifting from side to side, to make sure you're sitting up nice and tall on your seated bones. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Soften the expression on the face and send the breath all the way down to your lower belly as you arrive on your mat and as you breathe in the here and now. Let's move into the neck by dropping the chin down to the chest, sending the left ear over to the left shoulder and around, and then the right ear to the shoulder, just making some nice, big, slow circles with the neck and being gentle. And you might experience some popping or clicking as the air moves through the joints of the neck. Then we're going to switch the rotation. To make some shoulder rolls, just bring the shoulders towards the ears and rolling them back, sending the heart forward. We're going to make two fists. We're going to rotate the fists in one direction, stretching into the wrists. And then you'll switch the rotation in the other direction. You'll stretch the right arm along, palm faces out, flex the fingers towards the face, and then point the fingertips down towards the ground, stretching the front of the wrist. Just go back and forth like this, drawing that shoulder down, pointing the fingers up, and then the fingers down. And you can close the fingers and make a fist as you point them down, and release. When moving over to the other side, you'll act like you're pushing an invisible wall away. And then you'll flex the fingers down, pointing them up, and then pointing the fingers down. And you can also make a fist here just to get deeper into the wrist and forearm. And release, shake it out. Let's move into seated cat-cow. You'll rest the hands on the knees and pull the heart forward. So pull on the knees and then lean back as you pull back on the knees. Inhale, pull forward, send the heart forward. Exhale, round through the back. Just link your breath with movement, moving through seated cat-cow. Coming back to center, moving into side body stretch by planting the left hand across from the left hip and raise the right arm up overhead. Right palm faces towards the left. Plug that right hip down. Send the right shoulder back. Heart forward. Breathing into the right side of the body. Inhale, come back through the middle and plant the right hand down now, across from the hip. Getting as low as you feel like you can today. Drawing both shoulders away from the ears. Hips are planted and rooted down. Stretching long. Inhale, come back up to center. And we're going to inhale, both arms up overhead, palms come to touch, and exhale, twist over towards the right. The right hand comes to rest on the left knee. And the left hand can stay planted behind the hips, or you can take a bind and Rest the left hand right at the right hip. Growing long through the spine, heart forward. Inhale, release, arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, twisting over to the left side. Resting the right hand either behind the hip or taking a bind. Shoulders away from the ears. Gaze towards the right or the back of the room. Inhale, release. We're going to inhale. Sweep the arms up. Palms touch. Exhale, hinge from the hips for a seated forward fold. Draw the heart forward. Shoulders away from the ears. The fold is coming from the hips, not the upper back. So think forward, then down. Walk the hands back towards the body and switch the cross of the feet. Grow long through your spine. And inhale and sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hinging from the hips with the heart forward, you'll fold forward. Seeing if you can find even an inch or a centimeter of release with every exhale. Inhale, walk the hands back towards the body. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, heart forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms and send the heart forward. Do this a few more times. Releasing now. We're going to come over our legs into tabletop position, stacking the knees right under the hips, the wrists right under the shoulders. Moving into cat-cow, we'll inhale. Tilt your tailbone up, dip the belly down, heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, push the ground away, belly button towards your spine as you round through your upper back. Try that again. Belly down, tailbone up, heart forward, pushing the ground away, belly button towards your spine. And flow like this a few more times. Come back to center and move the knees back. Just moving into some large hip circles. So you'll circle the hips in one direction and through the middle and back towards your heels. Lubricating and inviting movement into the largest joints of the body. Or you can do intuitive movement here. Just releasing tension and stiffness. Send the rotation the other direction. You're going to come back to center, stacking the knees under the hips. You're going to walk the hands forward and melt the chest down for puppy pose. And there's an option to rest your head on a block or a pillow if you need that extra support. Try to avoid overarching your lower back, so engage the abs, the belly button towards the spine to keep a nice long spine while you melt the heart towards the ground. Inhale, release. Gently lift the head and walk the hands back towards the knees. Preparing for downward facing dog, tuck the toes under behind you. Push the ground away, push the hips up and back. Send the heart towards your thighs. Push into the ground, shoulders move away from the ears, even in this inverted V. And drop one heel, lifting the other. Pedaling out through the legs, getting deeper into the hamstrings. And relaxing the muscles of the face. Come to your tippy toes, and we're going to drop the heels over to the left, stretching deeper into the right side of the body, feeling the stretch all the way from the armpit to the hip. And we'll inhale back through center on the tiptoes, dropping the heels over to the right. Getting a full side body stretch. Come back into center, stay in downward dog just for a moment, and then drop the knees down to the ground. Take the knees out wide, the big toes come to touch. And just sit up for a moment to ground the hips down, preparing for child's pose. And then when you find your next exhalation, walk the hands forward, taking your time. Pushing into the ground, pushing the hips back towards the heels. And finding release in the upper body as you melt the head down onto your block, blanket, or onto your yoga mat. Feel in your body as the inhales expand the body, lengthening the spine. And as you exhale, soften everything, the feet, the hips, your heart, your fingertips, your face. Inhale to release, lift the head, slowly walk the hands towards the knees, and come over your legs. We're going to move on to the back. We're going to keep the soles of the feet on the mat and the knees pointed up. You'll bring the arms up overhead in a cactus shape. We're going to do gentle spinal twists, dropping both knees over towards the left. Then inhaling back through center and dropping them over to the right. Flowing through this movement a few more times. The next time you reach the left side, let the knees fall over to the left and hold it here for a few breaths. Working the lower back towards the ground. Inhale back through center and send the knees over to the right, just holding here and breathing. Bringing both knees up back through center. Keep the left foot planted and the left knee up, and draw the right knee towards the chest. Just going to make some hip circles, just taking a hold right below the right knee and circling it in one direction, and switching the rotation in the other direction. Grabbing a hold of the left shin and pull the knee towards the chest as you drop your left bent knee over towards the left. Just being mindful here can get a little intense, so be gentle with your body. An option to lengthen the left leg out, flexing the left toes back towards your face, drawing the shoulders down and back. Release the right leg down and draw your left knee towards your chest, grabbing hold of your shin. And then move into your hip circles, taking your time. And then switch in the direction of the rotations. Just feeling the difference in both hips. Grab a hold of the leg right below the left knee, and then drop the right knee over to the right, as if you were in a reclined butterfly pose. And you can lengthen out the right leg straight and long, making sure to flex those toes. Let's hug in both knees towards the chest in our Apanasa pose. Rocking from side to side, massaging the back body. Take a hold of the outer edges of the feet, pushing both knees away from the shoulders. You can stay here, or you can open the legs out wide, soles of the feet face up, drawing the knees down towards the outer edges of the shoulders, pulling the shoulders down and away from the ears, and taking a playful rock from side to side if you feel called to do so. Softening the hips. Releasing happy baby. Release the legs down for Savasana corpse pose. Taking the legs far apart and the arms away from the body, palms face up. Soften the heart, the back of the heart. Let the legs grow heavy. Let the corner of the eyes melt towards the ears as you find stillness and peace. Start to invite small movements in the toes and the fingers. Giving a big yawn with the body, maybe stretching the arms up overhead. Roll over to your side. Just take a pause. Gently push into the ground to come and sit up. Find your easy seated pose. Just take a moment to just feel your body after your practice. Let's inhale, the arms up overhead, palms come to touch and rest on the forehead as a reminder that you are the master of your Zen. The palms come to the lips as a gesture to communicate communicate our truth with authenticity and kindness. Palms come to the heart center as a gesture to know thyself and love thyself. Thank you for practicing with me. Peace and ease to you.